It's Chantel with Wildberry Quilting, and this is a progress update for our Spooky and Sweet Stitch Along. Now, this is week 1, and we got our first release, which was our border, and that's pretty much it. We've got the border, but I got it all done, and this went so super quick, and it was a lot of fun to stitch. Normally, I don't know that I really enjoy doing borders. Oh goodness, there's some thunder out there. I don't normally enjoy doing borders, I don't think, but I really liked this one. It was just very relaxing doing the counting down and then counting back up. Well, I guess it's counting down, and then here you start counting up once you get to the middle. And there was just something really relaxing about doing it that way. I really enjoyed it, and I really like the outcome too. I think it's a very clean and pretty border. I like it a lot. And I did have a couple of mishaps on the back. So I've got like 3 knots. You can see there's like one here, and I think one there, and then one in the corner. I guess I was just enjoying it so much, and it was so relaxing that it just kind of got out of hand, and I missed those tiny little knots and they got away from me. But that's okay. I don't think they're too bad. And I don't think that they're going to make my project stick up or anything. So far, I am loving this. I really am, and I can't wait for the next release to come out on it. I will say this required, well, the pattern calls for 2 skeins of the orange floss, and that was Classic Colorworks Embers or DMC 721. Now, I chose DMC 721 because I saw it required 2 skeins, and I figured if I'm going to be doing that much, I want to be able to do it, in long passes and then as half stitches, and then half stitches to complete them on the way back. And that's not really the way that you can do it with fancy floss. So I went with the DMC for that particular color. The other ones, I mostly went with the fancy floss though. So I think, well, I don't know, there could still be other orange in the center of the pattern. I would think that if you were using the fancy floss, and you had a 14-inch version of this, or 14 count version of this, you would probably have gone into your second skein on this one, on just the border. I did not, however, because DMC skeins have a bit more floss to them, and I still had quite a bit left. So as I said, there might be some more of that color in the center of it, so I may still need that second skein, but I'm not sure whether I will or not. I have it anyway, so it'll be there if I need it. I just kind of wanted to point that out to you guys in case you were wondering whether you needed the 2 full skeins of it if you got the DMC. At this point, it looks like I will probably, I've got a lot of that left. I really do. So I'm thinking I may have enough to get me through the rest of the pattern, but again, I don't know for sure yet. Now, remember, this is the FatQuartershop Stitch Along. Now, this is a stitch along being put on by Fat Quarter Shop. It is called Spooky and Sweet, and I would love to have you join along with me. If you would like to, I have an affiliate link in the description, and that will show them that you came over from me. And I would really love to have you join along. They have a blog post that is updating with each one of the weekly releases. And each week it is a well, the whole thing is a mystery, and then we get one of the clues each week. So that is going to be, it already is so much fun. It really is. I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait to see what the next piece of this is going to be. I'm quite happy with my choice of 16 count Ada. I think that my stitches lay very nicely on it, and yeah, I just like the way that my stitches lay on 16 count. And I was really pleasantly surprised with the linen, well, it's not linen, with the fabric. I tend to gravitate towards the fiber on a whim fabric, which you probably already know. It is a bit softer, and I just really like that fabric. But this one is by Fabric Flare. It is the charcoal dyed effect, and they charted it for 14 count, but I got the 16 count, and it's by Fabric Flare. And I actually really like it. I did not anticipate enjoying stitching on this fabric as much as I do, because like I said, I like the softer fabrics, but this isn't overly stiff. It's not like a Witchell or something, but it is just enough starchiness to where it, your thread, your floss just sits very nicely on it. And it's very easy to stitch on without distorting your fabric at all. Of course, with the fiber on a whim, I kind of have to be gentle when I am stitching because it's easy to distort the little spaces. But on this, I didn't have that problem. And I'm thinking that this, Fabric Flare, it's going to go into my favorite fabrics for future reference. I am going to probably be looking into getting more fabric from Fabric Flare. I also wasn't completely sold on it at first because of it being a printed fabric, because of course the back is white and then the front has the printing on it. And I don't know, something just held me back on that. I liked the idea of dyed better, but why? It doesn't have to be dyed. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, and one other thing. You might notice that mine is very wonky and crooked in here. I'm like up here in the corner. And yes, I did use this to do a tutorial of how to find the right place to start on your fabric. And you can check that tutorial out. It would have helped if I would have followed my own advice and started where I put the little mark with my pen. However, I put the mark with my pen and walked away from it, and my mark disappeared. I still can't find it. I have no idea where it went to. At this point, I may have covered it up with stitches. I'm not really sure. But I also knew that I had a whole lot of extra fabric here for this. So I wasn't really too concerned with running off of a side. So I just kind of picked a place up here in the corner and started. And, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because once I'm finished with this, I'm going to take it out of this frame. I will still have at least 2 inches on all sides. And I'm going to probably trim it down and then finish it, which I haven't decided yet how I'm going to finish it. Maybe I should wait until it's done and I see how it looks, and maybe that'll give me some ideas. Or if you have ideas, I mean, we already have the border. We know what that's going to look like. But if you have ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you are participating, you could always send me over an email with a picture of your progress, and I would be happy to include it in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye.